26. It's exactly 6 p.m. and we have a quorum, Ms. Tilly. With that, I'd like to ask that all of you make sure that your phones are on vibrate or off so that we don't disturb the city business meeting. Thank you for being in attendance, and it is the time for the invocation. Mr. Donaldson, would you please give the invocation? If you please rise.
Heavenly Father, we are here once again, Father, to serve the citizens of Montgomery. Help us to do it, help us to be just and fair, Father, in our decisions. And we thank you, Lord, that I speak blessings over the city of Montgomery and its inhabitants. And I claim it's a safe and prosperous city, and God protects us from all our enemies. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Next is the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag? Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. I did not receive anything for citizens' comments, so we'll move along to our presentation. Item number 4 on your agenda. Proclamation recognizing March 2026 as Red Cross Month.
Before we do the proclamation, I have another proclamation. Okay. The proclamation will for everybody to wish Sarah a happy birthday today.
Really, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Would anybody like to sing?
No.
No.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
No, she doesn't appreciate it.
All right. Proclamation recognizing March 2026 as Red Cross Month. Whereas for more than 140 years, the American Red Cross has served as a beacon of hope, providing compassionate care to those in need through disaster response, life-saving blood collection, health and safety training, and support to military families. And whereas the American Red Cross continues to respond to thousands of disasters each year, large and small, providing shelter, food, emotional support, and resources to help families and communities recover. And whereas in communities across Texas and the nation, Red Cross volunteers, who make up over 90% of the Red Cross workforce, demonstrate daily the organization's mission of preventing and alleviating human suffering wherever it may be found. And whereas the Red Cross supplies more than 40% of the nation's blood and blood products, helping ensure life-saving blood is available for patients in hospitals and emergency settings. And whereas through life-saving skills, training in CPR, AED, and first aid, as well as water safety and disaster preparedness education, the Red Cross empowers individuals and families to protect lives and respond effectively in emergencies. And whereas during the month of March, communities across the United States celebrate Red Cross Month, a tradition begun in 1943 when President Franklin D. Roosevelt first proclaimed it to recognize the humanitarian contributions of the American Red Cross. And whereas the City of Montgomery proudly acknowledges the dedication of the service and heroism of Red Cross volunteers, donors, and partners who strengthen our community and support neighbors in times of greatest need. Now, therefore, I, Sarah Countryman, Mayor of the City of Montgomery, Texas, do hereby proclaim March 26 as Red Cross Month in the City of Montgomery, and I encourage all residents to support the American Red Cross, learn life-saving skills, give blood if available, and recognize the extraordinary contributions of the organization and its volunteers. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Montgomery, Texas, United States, to be affixed to this 10th day of March 2026. Thank you so very much for all that you do. You've helped our community out a lot, and your volunteers are always top-notch, and we appreciate what you bring to us. If you would mind, please come up here, and council can come around and take a photo. That would be wonderful. Come on. Ms. Tilly, will you take a photo, please? Would you like a cupcake or a bite? Thank you so much.
I wanted to sing happy birthday.
No, we're all good. Come on in.
I think you should see it. 1, 2, 3. Ma'am.
Thank you for being here. I didn't realize that.
and Item number 5, the presentation of certificate of election to newly elected official for the City Council Place 3. Computer, sorry. We have Mr. Jeffrey Glazier. So the presentation will be from Judge Finch. I'll sign the presentation, and then Judge Finch on item number 5 will swear you in. Do you want to come forward and then take your oath?
Great. Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, state after me, please. I state your name.
I, Jeff Glazier,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
offered, promised to pay,
offered, promised to pay,
contributed, or promised to contribute
contributed, or promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office,
or employment for the giving or withholding
or public for the giving or withholding
of a vote at the election
of a vote at the election
at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment
or as a reward to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be.
whichever the case may be.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And the title, the position to which you were elected is City Council, Montgomery City Council Member, Place 3, correct?
Correct.
Oath of office. Begin, repeat after me. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas. I state your name.
I, Jeff Glazier,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Montgomery City Council
of the office of Montgomery City Council,
Member, Place 3,
Place 3,
State of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Now we have a full council. This is exciting. Do you have anything you would like to say?
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, before we go forward, it is your moment, so I want to make sure. All right. With that, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Item number 7. Consideration and possible action on the City Council meeting minutes of February 24th, 2026. Number 8, consideration and possible action on the first reading of a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, approving a project and expenditure of the Montgomery Economic Development Corporation for structure relocation and site preparation in Montgomery County, Texas. Number 9, consideration and possible action on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, appointing a member to the Crime Control and Prevention District for an unexpired term. Council, would you like to take these cumulatively or individually? What's your pleasure?
Make a motion we accept them cumulatively.
Motion by Mr. Donaldson, second by Mr. Casey Olson, that we accept these cumulatively. This motion's debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting the consent agenda cumulatively, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept the consent agenda as presented. On to the regular agenda. Item number 10. Consideration and possible action to authorize the city administrator to execute the contracts for grounds maintenance and right-of-way mowing and lift station weed control. Mr. McElroy.
Yes, ma'am. Mayor, council, welcome aboard, sir. And you have the results in front of you. You got all the bid tabulations provided to you. Cody come in the cheapest on both. Again, we've been super happy with you, so make a recommendation to award them both contracts. You have to answer any questions on the process or anything that y'all know pretty well. Absolutely.
We're happy.
I will
Absolutely.
tell you too, and residents are happy. I will,
Oh,
before
we
we used to get called at other times, so he's done a great job and he's been a great partner for the city.
I make a motion to accept agenda item number 10 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Donaldson that we accept item number 10 as presented. Ms. Fox seconded the motion. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 10 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and we'll accept item number 10 as presented. Thank you. Item number 11. Consideration and possible action on the acceptance of public infrastructure for the College Street Drainage Repair Project. Chris Rosanowski.
All right. In front of you, you have a memo from us followed by a handful of final construction documents. So as a reminder, this is one of the ARPA-funded projects. This was the culvert replacement, road repair, and redoing the drainage on College Street. That project has been completed, so we're recommending accepting it to the one-year warranty period, which would end on February the 3rd of 2027. Just one thing to note, this is a grant-funded project, so there's a lot more steps to go. Before the next steps can be taken, the city has to accept the project, and then it'll start the grant closeout process after that. In your packet, you'll see copies of the certificate of substantial completion, certificate of acceptance, as well as the punch list that follows behind it, showing that all items have been completed.
So Carol, you drive over it every day today?
It's wonderful. Thank you.
I don't know if I'd ever hear that from Ms. Langley. That's good.
It is. It's nice. Very nice.
And the height of the rails is excellent.
Yes.
They got that fixed.
They got that fixed. Now with all the big trucks coming, I don't know. It should be okay though, shouldn't it?
We'll keep a look. I mean, they built it back right, so we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Make a motion to accept item number 11 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item number 11 as presented. Second by Ms. Fox. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. All those in favor of accepting item 11 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We'll accept item number 11 as presented. Number 12 on your agenda. Consideration and possible action on formally ending the one-year warranty period and releasing the maintenance bond on FM 1097 Sanitary Sewer Improvements project. I can't believe that's been a year ago.
All right. So similar, not so much the last one, but this is now the end of the one-year warranty. So a reminder, this is the sewer line on 1097, just to the west of Buffalo Springs Drive, where the large culverts cross underneath and it was eroding away down the tributary of McCown Creek. So this relocated the sewer line that was kind of crossing at an angle a good ways from the road, put it closer to, cased it, protected it. So it's still holding up well. We're keeping an eye on it. We're still talking to TxDOT about it because obviously erosion is going to continue in that area. But the pipe itself, the project and the work that the contractor did is holding up well. No concern. So we recommend officially ending the one-year warranty period for this project.
I make a motion that we accept item 12 as presented.
Motion by Ms. Fox that we accept item number 12 as presented. Second by Mr. Olson. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 12 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and we'll accept item 12 as presented. Number 13 on your agenda. Consideration and possible action on the acceptance of public infrastructure in Montgomery Bend Section 3, WSD&P, development number 2203.
Right, so this is accepting of a development project into the one-year warranty period. If you look on page 70 of your packets, you'll see what section this is in Montgomery Bend. So this is the third out of 4 sections. They have completed the punch list items identified. The major one is there was some bird bass in the pavement that we had them replace. They replaced those in order to get rid of the bird bass. Everything else they've addressed. And again, this takes it into the one-year warranty period. There are still items that will have to be done between now and the end. So sidewalks, street lights, things that just aren't complete. And so you have to have it done by the end of the 1 year. And so it's February of next year, they have to have all those items complete.
And if they're not,
Then we don't end the warranty period.
okay, we're allowed to extend it, what, another year, 6
Correct.
months?
So they've been asking on the previous section, they asked for additional year on the sidewalks because home sales
Or slower.
Or slower. So I would expect that they're in the same situation, they'll ask for that extension, which makes sense, because again, there's no sidewalks down that are gonna get destroyed, so it's better to have.
So, within the 1-year warranty period, you're gonna install the streetlights and the sidewalks. Do those start their own 1-year warranty period then at that time?
So sidewalks will remain, I'm trying to remember what energy providers would say. Entergy's responsibility over here, so the city won't accept the streetlights. As far as the sidewalks go, we've gone back and forth with this with the city attorney, and each individual house doesn't have a date, a warranty period date. So anything that's installed, if they ask for a 1-year extension, at the end of that 1-year extension, we will walk the sidewalks and they'll address the deficiencies of sidewalks at that time. But if within that additional 1 year, they install it 6 months in, there would only be 6 months left because we're not tracking it on a per lot basis for the sidewalks.
What, did you mention something about the stoplight?
So the stoplight has to be completed before section 4. So the way that their traffic impact analysis was worded was that they had to have the street light operational before section 4 was done, and so that's where they are now. So the latest on the street light is they were working on some utility relocations in order to get it in. And then the neighbor to the north also was not fully aware of the street light, so they were working through issues on it. They have their, so I think it's Firethorn, the name's come to mind, fire something. On the north side of 1097, they are also required to, they're not in the city, they're not part of the city, but they are also required to do the signal. Right now, the signal is obviously designed for 3 lanes, not 4. And so they're trying to see how they can work together to just install the 4th lane now. While we wait.
All at the same spot, so there's not gonna be a light there and then a light
Same intersection.
500 yards down the road or 400.
One intersection.
Good.
with one.
Make a motion to accept agenda item number 13 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Donaldson to accept item number 13 as presented.
I second.
Second by Ms. Fox. All those in favor of accepting item 13 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. We'll accept item 13 as presented. 14 on your agenda. Consideration of possible action regarding the design of McCown Street thoroughfare as a northbound one-way street.
Right. So a couple things in front of you on this item. One is an updated layout that is sitting in paper in front. And if you look on page 72 of your packets, I failed to print this one out. You'll see a proposed kind of street directions. That hasn't changed. This is as of March 5th, I think is when this was updated. So this is the most recent.
Repeat what you said, Chris? What about page 72?
72, so what that is, so what this agenda is for, in order for the city to change from 2-way streets to 1-way streets, it takes action from council to approve that. So the ultimate ask for tonight is we're trying to give you the full picture of the McCown project with the ask of approval to make McCown a 1-way northbound street instead of the current 2-way that it is. So that's the ultimate ask. So what you see in your packets on page 72 is just kind of the general overall. There are multiple arrows just kind of showing you the long-term plan. The only thing being considered right now is the northbound of McCown. But as downtown continues to develop, making Maiden southbound only so you can complete that loop. As you all know, the roads out there cannot handle 2 cars next to each other. But right now, this project is focused on McCown. What you see in, yes ma'am?
No, go ahead.
I was saying, what you see in the packets in front of you are kind of multiple pieces. One is just some concepts that are further defined in. There's just some example photos, these are not renderings. Example plantings by the landscape architect. And then on the 3rd page, you'll see the actual phase 1 portion of the project, which is Caroline Street North. All the way to College Street. And so this is the current layout that you have. So a 1-way northbound with angled parking on the east side of the street, adding in sidewalks and planting all along the west side of the street, as well as adding in different features of, they have overhead lights, they have new pedestrian lighting with the flags on them, which is what you see on the first page, putting in the brick or brick looking pavers, and intersection improvements kind of all throughout. So you have a pedestrian space along with still the parking and the drive-ups.
Are these the lights that we've chosen to go with?
They are closed, nothing has been final approved yet.
I just like them because they're similar to what we have now, which.
That is the
those are
direction that we
great.
were
Yeah.
going. Let's do something similar with a little bit more height and to give the brackets to be able to add this.
Right. And then, so parking is, this council has been very focused on parking and a big reason for Jim's too. Does this add parking spots to
So-
McCown?
It adds a few, it's very close on McCown, it just really cleans it up. and
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of higgly-piggly
If you
today.
flip back one more page, which is what we've been working on, kind of the larger plan, of heading south of Caroline Street with the approval of the expenditure we just talked about, there's additional parking there that we're looking to get, and that would definitely, all of that is, minus there's some head-in parking on the backside of the Davis Museum, all that would be additional parking.
So we're not losing anything.
We're not losing, so
Because-
even on the McCown side, you're not
Right.
losing.
Just making for the record.
Cleaning, organizing, and then, so the second page of this is the southbound, so bringing in additional parking on the lot, making it one way, and kind of reworking those pedestrian spaces as well.
Chris, I'm gonna ask you a really bad question. Really bad. How soon will we see this in reality?
So what currently, the current scope of the project is what's on this page, which is North Carolina Street. The goal is that we will be bidding this project come May. So that
Bidding it in
Next
May.
when?
in this May is moving it forward.
So we can see it by the fall, okay?
It should go quicker than that, but we're also trying to time it out with, we were talking with the chief regarding parade routes and everything else, trying to fit in and have the contractor also schedule in times to make sure
Parade
that.
route didn't have to follow the north and south traffic, and nobody would be parking on the street anyway, so it wouldn't affect much of that flow, would it?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
On McCown, even though it's a northbound lane and these, but when the parade goes southbound, it wouldn't affect anything because nobody's gonna be parking on there.
Correct,
because the
it'll be
parade-
closed down.
It's, right, so it's not taking anything away from events like that.
During special events, so if you remember kind of the genesis of this project, there's talk about permanently closing sections, that was nixed, so it's still northbound, open all the time. The removal bollards still stay, so it can be closed off for special events, to be able to utilize the space, and parades, obviously, that can be shut down.
And the walkability, actually on both sides, that, on these plans is huge, because right now it's
There's no.
not so walkable, right? So, and that red is the red bricks, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's landscape space plus the brick, planters, trees, overhead lights, all kinds of different features. And again, we're still, working through the final design process. But tonight, it's just approval. You're not approving this design package. You're just approving to go with the one-way, that as this gets developed, it can be turned into a one-way street. And it's only for uptake, and it's only for McCown. The rest of them will stay as they are today. So,
We're getting closer. Good stuff.
Well, Chris, since we're gonna have this by next May, I'll make a motion that we accept it. That's written.
I see.
Motion by Ms. Fox, second by Mr. Olson, that we accept item number 14 as presented. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for further discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 14 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes, I'm sorry. I thought you said aye, I apologize. Okay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Ms. Langley is a nay. Ms. Tilley? Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 15, consideration of possible action on authorizing the outsourcing of human resources support services.
So in your packets, I put we called a number of companies. This is something we talked about, outsourcing portions of it, kind of a hybrid. The recommendation out of all the ones we interviewed, and Rosa personally did a lot of this, CPS is the recommendation. If we do this, it customizes very much. We only pay for what we use. We don't really know what that's gonna look like at this moment. If you approved it just like it is, it would be like not to exceed 26,000 for this fiscal year, which would be the final 6 months. But they would still only charge for the amount that we actually use. These guys have a local Houston office and can, you know, come to our facility if needed, but most of this will be remote. Most of the work will be done by a senior HR consultant. But I think out of all the ones that we looked at and then the way they price and the things that they do, this was the easiest to customize for exactly how, you know, I don't know what it's gonna look like, to be honest with you, and I don't know how many hours we're gonna need. Right now, it's not a lot, but it would be very comfortable for Rosa to call and say, hey, I need a little help with this. And now we have the employee policies, we're pretty much ready to go, but we would really like to give it to them and have them, you know, confirm everything before. So that's kind of where that is. And if you agree to this, if there's no contract here, we don't have to extend it any past this, which most of them require to, you know, 2 or 3 year contracts. So that's why this one worked very well for kind of what we want.
So we pay for what we use, sorry. We pay for what we use. We don't have to buy an a la carte package and.
No, it would be just like this. Let's just say we had an employee problem that we wanted to take care of. Rosa felt uncomfortable doing it by herself. She could reach out to the senior HR consultant and say, you know, I need a little help with this. This is the deal. They would give her advice, bring it to me. You know, we could move on that and make a decision. But it's still only going to be based on the hours that she used. They just gave us, you know, if we used so many hours, 10 project hours, it would be like $1,300 a week, and then times the whole year, it'd be $53,000. That's still way less than if we hired somebody, you know. But I don't believe that we're going to use, we don't have that much happening. But it is a good opportunity, and they can take phone calls if, you know, say a employee was not comfortable talking to one of us and wanted to talk to somebody else, that is also available through this. I don't really see any negatives to it. In the budget, it's not going to really affect us. When we get to the new budget, we'll look at how this is, you know, because it's going to be a little bit of police, a little bit of everybody, so we'll kind of break that out. But for now, because this is kind of a first try at this, this was probably the easiest way to do this.
Did you call any of the people that they had testimonials for and see how they liked it?
Actually, a couple of them I did, and they really like how they work with them. They said they were very on the ball with all the things that they do. They'll call them right back, and I think that's what Rosa kind of figured. She picked them too, you know, not, you know, knowing the others, but she said the girl that she met, and I believe it was Mindy, she really had a good rapport with her, so that's kind of important.
So it says here that they do benefits administration, so explain that. Are they helping us with our 401ks? Are they helping?
A lot of that, we'll have to see. I mean, I think we've got the handle on that pretty well, and I don't think we need to pay them to do that. It's really more HR related and policy related. You know, before we bring a policy to council, we'll send it over to them. They'll go, yeah, that's good. It meets all the new, I mean, because this stuff changes so fast, you know, you got to keep up with it. And they have qualified people to tell us that.
So we basically have an in-house person that is with a bigger liaison out.
Yes, this is her go-to between me and her.
Okay.
And me and the employees, you know, I mean, ultimately, you know, we would, whatever the problem is or solution is, we would implement that, but based on advice from them.
What is this number 3 with the base recruitment fee of $11,000? Is that where they come in and evaluate our?
If you know, fire me and you need somebody else, you could use these guys to do some recruiting for you. I don't know, you know, they do have a department that is specific to government, which makes this nice because a lot of the others, you know, are just kind of a mix of a little bit. These guys are specific. Their department that's over here in Houston is specific government, so they all have government experience. So let's just say, you know, like the recruitment we just did with EDC, we could have asked them to help help us for that, and they could have done it for us. I think we did okay with that. I mean, I don't foresee right now that's something we need. But the council could sure use that if they, so choose.
Yeah, I think we all agree we need something in place. What, you said,
It's a good safety
this all
net.
looks great.
It's a good safety.
Is there a downside? I mean, is everything roses and unicorns?
I don't really see a downside because
Neither.
we get to use it as we need. And based on the people, I went through the whole thing, and the people that are working there, I've talked to a couple of them, but even the ones I haven't talked to, their resumes are in there. So, looking at their government experience, and specifically here in Texas, they are a bigger company and have other states, but their office that's here in Houston is specific to Texas. They don't do any other states. So they know our rules, our laws. So I don't really see a downside. And at least on the surface, we couldn't hire anybody even close to that if we used all the hours they suggested. I mean, $50,000 in a year would not even be close.
How many other companies did you look at?
There was 4 of them total that we looked at. I put 2 of them in here because they were the top ones that we picked. This one just really fit the best because it was specific to government. They just had because everything's different with municipal government, or that, the rules and everything that we have to deal with. I thought that was important. The good thing is we've got 6 months. We'll bring it back again, we'll be able to review it when we do the budget, and, we can give you a report on how it went. And that's the thing, we're not really, we're signing a contract not to exceed the 26,860 is what I put, that's the number. But other than that, I don't see, we'll have to redo it when we hit the new budget.
Well, I definitely think it's a good safety net, considering that we don't have a true HR department.
And what we have had in the past is,
I don't think Alan's been studying up on it either. I've asked him questions.
it's like banks. I think we try it. What we had before is lackluster at best, so.
Yeah, and we can give you reports as we go. We're only committing to 6 months, and if you do it, approve to enter into contract with them for the rest of this fiscal year, not to exceed 26,860. I just divided in half the number that they gave us.
Because I'm trying to see that in the packet here, I don't see that.
No, I calculated that myself. If you look at the 1343 a week, I mean, I don't even know the exact weeks we have left. We're close to 6 months left in this fiscal year. That's all I was going by.
I got you.
So 24 weeks. I don't anticipate we'll hit that. If we do, we're in bigger trouble than we think.
I don't know what that number is going to be, but I don't believe it's going to be that much.
Give me that figure one more time.
26,860.
860.
Yeah, $26,860.
6 months.
For 6 months. Well, that's not to exceed. That doesn't mean that that's going to be spent. It's just to go there. That's the ceiling.
It's a limit.
And to be honest, if we do this, everything works, and we go to the next year, maybe we'll have a real number that we can work with, because we'll see what we spent over the last 6
We'll have
months.
historicals. Right.
Make a motion to authorize the city administrator to extend a agreement to, is it CPS HR Consulting?
Yes.
For the amount of not to exceed $26,860 for the remaining 6 months of this fiscal year.
I'll second.
It has been moved by Mr. Olson, seconded by Mr. Glazer, that we accept item number 15, that authorize the city administrator to outsource the human resources, not to exceed $26,860 for the next 6 months of our fiscal year. This motion's debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for further discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 15 as presented with the choosing of CPS personnel services, and the not to exceed $26,860 for the next 6 months, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, the motion carries. That's Mr. Donaldson as a nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we will accept authorizing the outsourcing of human resources to CPS for $26,860, not to exceed that amount in the next 6 months. Number 16, discussion on the new agenda management program and the board portal.
Our expert is not here. Her name is Ruby, so we will have to table this one, because I can't speak intelligently yet.
She said to look for an email from this company to verify our email address. I never did.
I didn't either.
I got it yesterday.
I didn't get it today. I haven't seen it.
It showed up with the Barracuda.
I can tell you so.
We should probably
It was quarantined.
address that from the
Well,
Barracuda.
she gave an
All the
email,
Barracuda stuff goes straight to trash.
but she gave an email that it would come through as the Barracuda or the,
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
quarantined email, but you accept that one.
Right, yeah, it's very early in the acceptance phase. I know we are gonna bring you some, because it's not gonna look exactly like the agenda packet that we have, but we have some options. You know, I know you guys really liked a certain look of it and how it was separated. It has the ability to customize it, so I think you can make it look pretty much the same, but that's what she was gonna bring, and she'll bring you some samples and kind of go through that.
Can you explain why we're doing it?
Well, because the one we have is antiquated, and it's really just an upgrade to what we have. It's just it's a more robust part of that. Same company.
Is
So-
this the one that they're not supporting anymore? They
Yes.
bought out, so we either had to pay more to keep the old.
Yeah, it's typical one of those. And
So,
it's already having, sorry. It's already having problems where when they're trying to, and Tilly can attest, when she's trying to get all the stuff in there, it's kicking it out or it disappears, and yeah, it's,
I was gonna say, that I've heard I know that there needs to be a new system, but it seems that, I don't know, from my understanding, there were controls at one area that was controlling and kicking people out, I don't know. It's broken, so we do need a new one, which can be the system. Has all the department heads looked at this to see if they like it and understand how to put all their information in for the meeting?
yeah, and some of them have gone through some of the classes already, but one class, okay, one so far.
But most importantly, they're the ones that are gonna be using it to put
Yes.
this information in for the
Yeah.
agenda, so.
But I think, you can ask her, I think she liked it to some extent.
It's a lot of clicking, but, I mean, it'll do the job.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a good
it's
thing or a bad
robust.
thing.
I think we need to maybe only use what we really need, but it is quite a detail.
And then how the agendas are gonna look, and you said it's gonna be similar, or it's a different format?
Yeah, like your
or-
cover sheets and stuff, that's what we were working on the other day. We were looking at it, and you have a black box and then a box around it. Well, it looks very similar to that. The words are a little different, you know, the highlight titles, but I think they can change those if you guys prefer that. But we'll bring it to you, that way you could say, this is terrible, this is great, you know, however you want. And I think that's really what she was gonna say tonight.
So this system, we're really talking about just to fix the city government and the council, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the public.
Well, it does, they read the agendas and the minutes, so they'll see it, but they don't have they won't have their hands on it, meaning they're not the ones inputting information, they'll just be reading it. It's the new format.
Let's see up there, that's the agenda.
Yeah.
And the public can get that agenda.
Yeah, they'll get this too.
Okay, but are they getting it through this new system or?
It's just.
It'll generate a similar layout to the agenda that's there. It's really the back end of what this thing does, all the documents that we download, we attach all of this stuff, the big packet that you get, how that processes is really what's different.
But the public, can they open up each item, individual item and see the meat of the agenda?
No, we don't put that out in public anymore because there's too much data inside of it that's not safe.
It'll be the same way we're doing it
We
now.
talked about it a while back.
Remember that the people were getting their information stolen and getting crazy
Invoicing.
bills?
Making
Yeah.
invoices or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so we took it out.
It's just a different format than what we have today, but it'd be the same information, meaning that the static PDF that's out there, and then once the minutes are posted, then the minutes and all the additional information will be added. Okay. Right, any other questions?
It's just a.
Yeah, it's just a discussion.
Table it.
No, it's just discussion. We're not voting, we're just talking about it.
I know, but we're not. We don't have all the details, so we need to table it. Put it on the next agenda.
For Ruby too.
Yeah, Ruby's gonna, yeah, we'll table it and she'll bring it back.
And there's a vote for it.
I just want to make sure.
Okay.
If there's nothing else, we'll move on.
Okay, departmental reports, number 17, City Administrator Monthly Report. We've been dying to hear this.
Really?
Friends first.
So I put a document in your packets, because a while back I talked to you about negotiating for the property across. I wanted to put this detail in there. This is what he came up with, and in negotiation, we kind of got 2 months free for the first 2 months. 1 year lease, the rate is there, $2,552. It's going to go to EDC next. They'll approve it or whatever they want to do, but I wanted to bring it back here since it's where we started. But that's where we ended up. Now, I want to point out the second part of what I gave you there is what we're doing currently for the MEDC transfers. That's what MEDC is paying the city for. We're okay if the EDC approves this lease, we're okay in the budget this year for the rest of 6 months, but next year we'll definitely need to look at this, how we transfer money and if it's space. And I know there has been conversation with moving the Raymond Fullen home over there. The possible MEDC director, assistant director is in that office. So, you know, all of these things we'll have to look at moving forward, but I thought that was a interesting thing. But it really is, we went over and looked at it, it will function. You could easily make 3 offices there. It's across the street. I had OCS come and look about running a fiber wire across where they just have to plug in. We don't have to invest any money over there, maybe just a switch. So we don't have to do a lot of things to make it functional. So I didn't have a lot of, other than that, to talk about on that.
Yeah, this is all on
It is.
It's all on the EDC anyways, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we want to look at this, you know, temporarily, we probably might put Tilly over there. You know, she needs the space. We could divide it up between us, but for this point, and we're only 6 months left in this budget, we're just going to leave it like it is. That's why I put this on there. There's no reason to make that all cloudy just for 6 months. But during the budget process, we'll bring this back and look at office space and all these things and make it fair for EDC and everybody. So it's just there if you had questions on it since I brought it here originally.
I don't doubt that we need space, but I have heartburn with that much space for one person. And I know you said maybe Tilly, but I've taken Tilly out of this building with all the meetings that she's a part of and the fact that she can walk down to you and others, that's convenient. I mean, going back and forth across the road every day, I don't know. Is that inconvenient, convenient? I don't know what that looks like either.
It's better than far away.
Well,
I mean, the EDC person is going to be, I'm going to need to spend a lot of time with them in the beginning. You know, we've got all these projects and.
He wouldn't let voters park there.
Yeah, I know that.
I know, so we're going to be able to use that parking spot since we are now, if we become a tenant.
Yes.
That would be
I
public.
parked there during the election myself.
So that area there would be public parking for us?
No, not public. Well, it would be because we are a tenant.
City employee parking?
Use.
So the other thing I wanted to, the next council meeting, EBI, McFate, the architect will be coming. And I wanted to talk, it's mostly gonna be about the exterior. We've got the floor plan, you know, pretty tied down, mostly about the exterior, your input. The question is, would you like it to just be part of the meeting? Do you want to spend more time on it? Workshop style? I mean, I think it'll work fine during the meeting. I mean, it depends on how much input you have. I think he's done a pretty good job on getting some.
The question I have is, does it look anything like his original rendering?
No.
Okay, because if it did, then we need a workshop, because that was all.
Oh, yeah, and it was.
No, that was just the original first, but yeah, it's quite different now. But you still might have a lot to say.
I was gonna say quite different, could be in a bigger conversation. You know, at least at a workshop, if residents wanted to speak, that's a less formal and they can have feedback and get ideas, because at the end of the day, it is the taxpayers' building. Not that they need to know, like, not that they can talk about the innards, meaning how the setup is, but I think it's more important that staff and department heads that are running the city have that majority. But one, to make sure that the taxpayers involved, two, informed, and three, the feedback and they know what to expect and what it looks like. I think a town hall would be, workshop, whatever the word is, I think that would be better than coming here, because the people can't ask questions, and
Yeah, it's more casual,
Yeah.
for sure. That's
I
designed.
think about that. And I think that when we talked about it, we said we didn't have town halls.
We can have a town hall meeting here about the exterior of the new city hall.
For here?
Well, the exterior and exterior, kind of what the plans are, what it looks like.
And what the timeline.
Because we're using taxpayer dollars. Timeline is and all of that, yeah.
I think that gives a lot of,
Well, it's transparency and it's ownership by the voters and the people of this town, which.
I think it's really important that we have transparency about what we're doing.
Absolutely.
How much it's costing.
Do you want it on a weekend?
I don't think so, because I think with spring coming up and everything that, and, yeah, I think during the week and after work at 6 o'clock is.
Okay.
It's good. Well, so, and I don't know if there's a Tuesday or even a Monday night, something that there's less, like you can't really go around baseball games and people, but that's easier. So maybe a Monday night or Wednesday night. I think those are non-descriptive.
Would the week that we already have council somewhere in there work?
The day before council.
Because he's gonna be in town anyway.
Yeah, if we did it before council, and then that way we can come in here on Tuesday and vote for it or whatever we need to do to take the action, I think that's great.
You were gonna ask about changing.
Yes, well, I was gonna do that on,
I know.
yeah, no, yeah, but it doesn't, I mean, that's fine.
But like at 5 before and then 6
We can do it
regular,
ahead-
or
like
do
ahead.
it on another day.
I think.
John will be,
I think a different day so we can.
John will be
dedicate
here
all
for
the
like
time.
3 days, I know.
Then let's do it, I think,
Okay.
personally, I think on a different day. That way if it takes 4 hours, it takes 4 hours and we're not rushed by trying to get to a meeting.
Right, okay.
And I think that possibly the day before council meeting would be really good, because it would be fresh in everybody's mind when you go into council, that if someone did have an issue about it, they could come to council and express that issue in public speaking. That's my thought about it.
Whatever that looks like, but I definitely think it, like, on council on the hills of the town hall would be great.
Yeah.
So it's still fresh in everybody's mind and, yeah. Okay. What else you been up to?
We did get the agreement for the Raven Fullen House sent to Mr. Cheatham. He's reviewing it now. So we'll try to make that official documents. We made the documents for him to sign. It's just a bill of sale, you know, giving it to us for free. Other than that, the McCown project, and you guys heard about that quite a bit. We're trying to get that as close as we can. Hopefully we can get that part of it bid out. the next EDC meeting, we're gonna really talk about the signage on the south lot and how that works. The Liberty Tree is coming. We actually have a little time now, but we wanna have that as close as we can and plant that thing and not have to disrupt it. There will be, you know, if you look at that plan that you saw tonight, there's some walkways around it, but that shouldn't disrupt it. We wanna, you know, because it won't be, it's supposed to be 20-foot, 10-inch, base right now, so.
To regress just a little bit, because we have merchants from the Garrett House here with us, the timeline that you said that you got the contract from Chris Cheatham, are we still looking at something, once we get the contract back, we're looking at about 90 days from that time?
Yeah, currently the plan is August.
That's what, because I know that there was someone in the audience that was actually concerned about that.
That's his plan, not my plan, but
Well, I
yeah,
understand,
that's.
but this is what your understanding from him is, that once we sign the contract, that it will be 90 days after we have completed that, correct?
Yes.
Talking about 90 days to move the house or
90 days from the
for the,
Yeah, because we have to have it moved by August, right? We have to have it moved by August.
That's his plan and that's what he suggested, so.
Once we move it by August, we tear it down.
Yeah, that's right.
Say that.
I
We're
mean,
not
that's
tearing
all-
anything
that's all.
down.
So since he's willing to give it to us, my suggestion
The
is
city is not tearing any building down,
we
Casey.
move very quickly on it, so it doesn't get.
And I do have some, and don't hold me to this, but I've been working on the Raven Fullen House quite a bit. We are gonna have a structural engineer come in and really get up under there. At some point, they spray foam the entire bottom side of that. You know, the floor is gonna come out anyways. So, but it's very difficult to see the pillars under there, to see that they're good. For the most part, they look good. The structural engineers have said they're gonna camera it and run it along there and get the best, you know, view of it that they can. When we looked at the prices with the flooring, because basically we want to keep the shell like it is. The porch is going to be gone. You can't use any of it. None of that's going to be ADA, and you know, so it's all going to be a new porch in there. We want to set the house as low as possible on concrete rails rather than pillars, which is going to make it a commercial-ish building. You know, it'll make it really solid to use. It will last another 30 years without falling apart. There are some issues in the walls we can see, but when we gut it for the most part and bring it back to, you know, standards of today, and I can even tell you, if we do all of the things that we believe and there's nothing wrong with the floors, the project could come in around $550,000, and that's for everything with the parking. If there's issues in the floors, it could push higher into the $600,000 range.
And for disclosure, this is moving the house over to the property that EDC purchased on.
Yeah, what you read tonight is already approved.
Right, but it's going to be used as a welcome center or additional.
MEDC office, maybe, that's the biggest, maybe retail.
Retail, okay, good. Just
Yeah, it's really sectioned out in the rooms and that, but once, you know, it's not like just an empty shell. Most of the walls that are in there are supporting walls. They didn't build them where they weren't supporting. So you can't knock any of them down. But in order to get the bathrooms and everything, we talked about putting multiple bathrooms to the back of the house, everything electric to the back of the house. So when we push it up towards where the attorney's office is over there at the museum, everything will be on the back side, so you don't have to put any utilities out front, so it'll just be pure offices. You'll probably have to go back in with the air conditioning units individual, you know, for those kind of things. And the guy that we did have look at it, he thinks, you know, you can definitely reuse all the boards and things. Some of them will have to be replaced because there's rot in there. But you can put that look back. You'll have to take out all the windows. Those windows it costs too much to try to even, and they're thin glass. So what we try to do is make them look as authentic, antique as you can, but modern windows, don't pane type.
Thank you.
Point of information. Are we recording tonight? I don't see the recording.
Yes, it's right here,
Oh, I don't see it. I'm sorry.
it's right here.
Looking for it. I says, where is that thing? All right, let's check it.
Anything else? You're good?
Yeah,
Been busy, thank you. All right, number 18, Municipal Court Report, February 2026, Ms. Duckett.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. For the citations, we had 115 for February. The collections was $42,542.88. And I would just like to thank my court staff for Thursday's court. We were in court until 10 o'clock that night. So I was going to personally thank Christy and Penny, Tilly, of course, for being my runner, Sergeant Boyko, and Officer Mayhew. So we had a long, chaotic night for court night on Thursday. We did the warrant resolution, and it was long.
And how much money did you collect?
Over that night, it was about $11,000 just for Thursday night.
I was here and it was wild.
Yes, we had wild.
But y'all ran it was efficiently. It wasn't wild because it was chaotic the way it was run.
There was one chaotic person.
Well, there's, right, you can't, but the way that you ran the court, the way the officers were, the way Judge Finch was, everybody was succinct. So great job.
Thank you.
You can't help how other people act.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Yep, thank you. Number 19, February 2026, Development Services Report.
Mayor, Council, is it okay if I do it?
Absolutely, go right there. You're okay, Till.
Well, I kind of switched up my report, whether I want to find out whether you like it or not. It's, instead of numbers, it kind of explains what we're trying to do, at least in the department. So we're operating at full capacity. There's just so much going on in the city. We're trying to clean up internal processes to be able to catch some things that have been missed previously. So we're trying to catch up on those. We're doing really good, I think, with escrows, keeping up with escrows and those accounts, getting documentation in. I think Rick would agree we've added quite a few permits to make sure that we can cover some of the work that is occurring out there and making sure that inspections are occurring. I think there are less inspections that we're missing, so I'm hoping that we're catching inspections where permits are expiring before an inspection gets called in, so hopefully we're catching up on those. For code enforcement, it's kind of been more on the enforcement of the developments and what's occurring on the developments. We're trying to keep everything the same for each of those developments. Issues regarding noise, maybe refuse haulers not being able to get access into the new developments because construction, of course, is happening next door. So we're trying to stay consistent with the enforcement. PD has been very helpful in all of that. Planning and zoning, we're doing a refresher training course, just reminding the commissioners what our responsibilities are, what our approvals should look like. When we deny something, we should be able to explain why we would deny something, and then have good explanations being recommended to City Council so that City Council understands exactly where the Planning and Zoning Commission is coming from when they make their recommendations.
Thank you for that.
So we're looking at the ordinances, Chapter 78, all of the zoning, signs, floodplain regulations. We're also looking at the comprehensive plan. It's still a process. We're doing the best
I
that we
will
can.
say that I believe, and he'll be here pretty soon, Mr. KKC. Brett will be here to talk to you guys. I think we have him on task now. I think we, you know, there was a bit of a mess here, but I think we have it back in order. WGA's kind of helped us. Zach has really helped us. I don't know how it kind of got wandering, but I believe it's, and he'll come here. He'll explain it, and that's his job. I mean, so, and that's coming in the next 2 meetings probably, dude. So.
since we're on the subject, I wasn't gonna bring it up now, but my understanding, I read something where they weren't gonna do anything till November of 26. What was that all about? Or did I misread it?
That was in our report. I think that's the final, everything packaged together at the end of the year, not the interior stages in between.
Yeah. These are those mini milestones, and
Right.
that's the big milestone.
Yeah, which was supposed to end this month.
Well, there's a lot of things that were supposed to happen, but different administration.
Right, I understand that.
So now, but this administration has completely gotten back on track and gotten with them.
And I think like the tree
This
ordinance is.
communication is back to where it should be.
Well, that's fine. I'm really happy to hear that we're gonna be able to talk to him in a couple of weeks or whatever.
I think like chapter 78 and the tree stuff, I think we're gonna get that nailed and we'll have you guys adopt it because we can't function right now in this interim stuff. It's not working.
Okay.
And so that's coming quickly. I told him, you know, we need that, that's priority right now.
So that's the report. Again, it's more words than it is numbers, and if you prefer that I go back to quantities and what comes in, otherwise I'll just.
I like this report.
I do too.
I like this report.
I like the explanation versus the how many citations you read. The most feared woman in Montgomery. Thank you. All right, next, February 2020, building official report, January 2026, Rick Hanna.
Mayor and council, welcome Councilman Clay. Thank you. The numbers don't really show the budget that you're looking at. We're only 4 months into the budget, but we're already at half of what I projected revenue and expenses. So it's going faster. I was conservative in that estimate, but there's a lot more going on than we forecast.
More coming.
And more coming. So we're steadily on top of it, but it's been helpful to have Kristen be able to dedicate more of her time to permits and such, and now that we have Jamie doing the water, because it's constant. You made a comment about some folks complaining these builders aren't walking their jobs. It's frustrating. I mentioned this last month. The guys got to do an inspection. Nothing's happened yet, so we're failing them. They don't learn until it costs them money. So
that's not our problem.
No, I mean, if they call for a frame inspection and we get there and stuff's missing, it's just not going to pass.
I was telling Rick I had communication. One of the developers contacted me and let me know that we were tough to work with, and you make them keep coming out and doing things, and they're ready to move forward. I'm like, Mr. Hanna tells you, that's all I can tell you. Get it done right.
Well, if tough to work with makes them build to code, then I'd rather be tough
Absolutely. To work with. Absolutely. It's, yeah. But you don't let them slide, which we appreciate.
Any questions? Thank y'all.
Thank you. Number 21, February 2026, Police Departmental Report, Lieutenant Bill Morris.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Welcome. You have the report in front of you. Do you have any questions for me?
Y'all are busy.
Yes, ma'am.
RAD class, are you going to talk about that coming up?
I don't have the date off the top of my head.
April 16th, 17th, and 18th?
RAD class approaching, and also our Citizens Police Academy starts in April.
What was the other one? The RAD,
RAD
self-defense?
and the Citizens Police Academy.
So is that fully booked already, the Citizens Police?
We're still taking applications, but it's getting there.
How many do you take total usually?
12 to 15.
Do we know, do you have to attend all 3 nights? I saw this also on Facebook, and I had a question for Boyko. Or is it one, you have 3 days to choose which one to attend? Are they all coming together?
I think you have to come to all.
Okay, all right.
That's April.
Yeah, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 6 to 8:30.
Help everybody out with RAD.
Oh, it's the self-defense class. Yeah, go ahead.
Self-defense for young ladies, high school age, it starts at high school age, and we teach them with awareness, self-awareness, defense tactics, things to be on the lookout to protect themselves when they're alone, walking to their cars, or in an environment that nowadays, being aware of your surroundings is most important, regardless of
your
age, sex. It's very important nowadays.
I mean, based on what just happened in Houston 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a guy carjacking her at 11 o'clock at night, I think anybody and everybody. So you only take females, or you'll take males as well? Anybody?
The red is specific
For females, okay.
What did you say the date was, Sarah?
16th, 17th, and 18th, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Of April.
Of April.
You go.
That's a lie, it's 18, 19, 20. Oh no, sorry, that's March. Sorry, hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. Yeah, 15th, 16th, 17th, I apologize. It's Wednesday through Friday.
That is April.
Yes. Anything you need from us? Okay. Thank you. All right, 22, Public Works Monthly Report. Mr. McElroy.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The report in front of you. Be happy to answer any questions you have about the report. If you don't, I'd like to hit on the accountability before Mr. Lucas gets up here. Just to let y'all know, we have been looking hard this last week. We did find one issue with Water Well 5 with the meter, waiting to see what the numbers look like now, and then I've got accurate meter looking at some of our meters to figure out what's going on. We don't think it's a leak. We've done another check, citywide check. We don't see any leaks going on, but trying to figure it out.
So if it's not a leak, yeah, what could it be? Is there, it's gotta be a leak, right?
No,
Okay.
it could be an issue with a meter on either side, the production meter or or the regular meters in the ground. If one says that it's overproducing, that'll throw the number off. So we think we might have an issue with that we found today.
So you're getting ahead of the 87%?
Trying. We don't think that's the real number.
Yeah.
That's the number that comes out mathematically, but we don't think that's the real number. We just gotta figure out why and what the real number is.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Mike, real quick. I was at the library, turned 20 years old last week, and mad props to you. They talked about you in Public Works and what a great partnership with the Rotary that we have in Memory Park. And so I wanted to pass that along. I don't know if they told you that, but they talked about you in high regard.
Yeah, Rotary does so much out there. If I ever get props for Rotary, it's going straight to from memory, it's going straight to Rotary Club.
Yeah, yeah, but they gave you props to you and your guys, so good job. You should hear it.
I'll pass it along.
Sometimes we always hear the negative, and hear the positive.
Thank you.
Thank you. 23, Utility Operations Monthly Report 2026. Mr. Lucas.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Brian Lucas, Hayes Utility. I'm filling in tonight, so I know you have a report that you have any questions on it. What Mike already addressed.
He saved you. So he saved you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. 24, Financial Report.
Rams,
Gone. So,
having fun somewhere.
that's right, she's a cruise. Okay. 25, Engineers Report. Mr. Rosonsky.
With our report and our highlights, just ask me if you have any questions. Start on the first page, the Town Creek wastewater project. We had a good call with HAF last week. They're addressing all of our comments, so everything that we need is going to be in the project. Public Works looked at it, Hayes has looked at it, Britt's really on the call, so I think we're on a good track. We'll give you a heads up that we have a change order coming for that design, so when the permit came out, we knew when they started early on the permit, some more stringent requirements came in, so there's filtering that's needed. That'll be for this in the next phase, so that'll be coming to you like at your next meeting. Water plant 4, they're also going along well. They sent us, we're down to some minor site adjustments. We've been working with Brierly to relocate those power lines that are right there on the corner to better fit, so that's ongoing. And then we're down the designs of tank as far as paint and finishes and stuff like that. We're down to final details, so that's going well. The Bishop Up 3 project, we did receive an email from the contractor today that their delivery of the equipment has been delayed. They're expecting it here a couple weeks late, and so that will get pushed until May, where that project is finished up based on the delivery timeline. Going on to the second page, your lift station number 5 project, we have a pre-con coming up this week. The C.B. Stewart roadway portion of the project, so Buffalo Springs and C.B. Stewart, that design should be complete in May to go forward with bidding that project. On to the next page of our report, the Buffalo Springs and C.B. Stewart infrastructure, water and sewer infrastructure. That one we'll be bidding later this month, so we're wrapping up design on those. Been working closely with the BCS folks as well as the church to make sure everything aligns. There is a small change order for that one. BCS requested an additional public line be extended at their cost, and so that's getting put in. So that was a small.
Chris, anything, since the apartment complex is not coming, is that changing any of the design there at all?
They have not. So it's still, the zoning is still the same, land plan is still the same. So right now they have submitted plans for Take 5 oil change and Texas Roadhouse for the actual build out of the sites. But the apartment complex itself, the only thing we removed is in the original roadway design, we had their driveways and a turn lane put in. The road width of Buffalo Springs doesn't change, but we're not going to stripe it for a turn lane. We're not going to install the driveway because it could be subject to change. So we removed those out of the final design.
So let me understand correctly. So the apartment that was going to come.
Correct.
He decided to walk on them?
Correct. Yeah, the Morgan Group backed out.
And I'm sorry, is this the one that was behind the academy?
Exactly. That development. So this is at the very north corner of Buffalo Springs and C.B. Stewart.
The soccer field's by Ransom's.
Correct. Correct. So yeah, the original developer, or the original that was supposed to purchase that and develop it, the multifamily, they backed out. So they do not have another multifamily developer lined up as of the last time we talked.
Is the retail still in play, or is that?
The retail's still in play. So right now it's out. Based on the plans we received, the first 2 things that will happen, other than the overall site grading, is they'll do along the frontage a Take 5 oil change and Texas Roadhouse. Those plans have been submitted for review, and then those are the only 2 build outs that we've seen thus far.
I think they're anticipating turning dirt here pretty soon.
Yeah, they're getting closer. We're down to they're masquerading. I think the plans are pretty close for approval.
And I'm sorry, is Academy still, or are they pulled out, or is that a rumor?
We have not heard anything about Academy themselves. So
whether in or out?
In or out. So my understanding is that they haven't signed a deal with Academy. I haven't heard officially that they're 100% not. I also haven't officially that they're 100%.
Yeah, there's just people in somewhere.
Correct. They have plans that they've submitted. Some of those are.
Do you have any expectations of what they're going to do?
So, I mean, let me see, make sure I answer your question correctly. Expectations other than, I think that what the city agreed to is what the city should still get, because the picture that they painted was a, Class A, nice apartment complex full of amenities, and that, to me, still the expectation of the city is what they produced, just for
that's
the
what I was on.
So
that's what we asked about what they presented with us.
I think that they definitely, when they get back to that point of coming back to the table, they need to have a presentation of what is being proposed. Because again, this development as a whole, that multifamily is a big piece of it. 11 of that 30 acres was 32 acres.
Right. Well, we allowed them to really leverage this on their design because of that apartment complex. So if that apartment complex isn't coming, and then we'll just throw some stuff in. That's a breach to me.
Yeah, they won't be able to do that. They won't be able to do that. They can't just go throw something up without coming to us. Well, they can't. I mean, they can't, because we zoned it multifamily.
Correct.
So.
I know, but you could, as long as they build a code, they can do it.
Well, right. But I think they're better, more of a partner than that. They wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't think they would do that.
They made a lot of promises. Let's just put it that way.
But when they come back, I mean, that's something that we have is on the radar to come back and represent, because it's a change. It's a change of what was anticipated by the city.
And I think if what's coming is what he's told me last week, they'll exceed their financial promises to us. And partnership, so that'll be really good.
Next couple items on here, so Simonton and Lawson, I expect that to be on your next agenda. So the Superior Properties folks are working out a funding agreement amongst themselves. And so that will be coming back likely for approval to begin construction at the next meeting. ATB, obviously that's underway for your utility extension, and then Carolyn Court Sewer Extension, which is right here across the street. We're just waiting on deposit to get going on that one. Other things to hit, Legacy Grove, their first section, we had that final walkthrough yesterday. Gave them a punch list, so they're working through those items. Other big ones to hit, the Buffalo Springs and Buffalo Springs and 1097 traffic signal, they were attaching power yesterday. So obviously the poles are still not there, but the control box is there and energy, they were attaching power. So that is moving forward, so that's the holdup. And then on page 7 of our report, a couple things to note. The Transportation Alternative Set-Aside Funds, we are working with staff on a submission packet for that to do at the end of this month for additional sidewalks, bike lanes, turn lanes, any alternate transportation grant money. So we're working through that to get it submitted by the end of this month. The county's completed the work on MLK, and we have a meeting next week, tentatively scheduled with the county and Johnson Development folks regarding the Old Patterson Road.
On the MLK, Mike, I meant to ask you this too. So the county did a great job on MLK. It's the best it's ever been. Now it's a racetrack though. And we used to have speed bumps on there, and I asked Commissioner Walker if they could put them up, and he said, actually, it would be on us. Can your guys put up some asphalt bumps? Because it just slows people down.
We'll need to have a contractor do it.
Okay, well, whatever that, yeah, whatever that looks like, if we can do that, because I think we did it before anyway. I don't think he put them in. I don't think the county put them in. I think we did.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I remember when we did it. And then also they're requesting lights, but that's an Entergy. So if you happen to talk to Entergy, Chris, I know we've got a new Entergy account guy contact now, but putting lights there because it gets real dark.
Where exactly?
So down in MLK, yeah, I think it's maybe, so I know there's one like right before you get to McGinnis, and I think there's one closer to the school, and that's it. I think they're wanting it further out, which is not in the city, but if Entergy, somehow we could communicate with them to get with the residents or go look at it, because it gets really dark.
Okay. Yeah, because I think everything within the city is pretty well covered.
You are.
We added that
we
one.
got that one pool. Yes, I worked on that one. Yeah, but down there, that's where they're talking. It's, again, county, but if we can help in any way.
Okay.
Because I did when I asked Mr. Walker, he's like, "That's not me. That's Entergy. You got to work with them." So it sounded like we needed to help communicate with them for those people down.
Okay.
Further down.
And that's all I have. Then the back of the packet, you'll see updated maps where everything's going on, all your projects, developments, and pre-development meetings. Those have slowed down a little bit, but they're still just have that on the counter this week. That's all I have. Let's hear any questions for me. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The motion to accept all the reports as presented.
Motion by Ms. Langley that we accept all the departmental reports as presented. Seconded by Ms. Fox. All those in favor of accepting the departmental reports as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and we'll accept departmental reports as presented. Executive session, number 26, closed session. City Council will meet in closed session pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 551 of the City Government Code in accordance with the authority contained in A, Sections 551.071, consultation with attorney and engineering services. It is 7:18, and we will head into executive session.
Blowing right on your feet. From one night I'm not sweating. I'm usually sitting here.
Really? All right, item number 27, we're back in open session. It is 8:02 p.m. City Council will reconvene in open session, at which time action on the matters discussed in closed session may be considered. A, sections 551.071, consultation with attorney, engineering services.
I'd like to make a motion to proceed with option A and authorize the city administrator to negotiate with the engineering firms.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second, moved by Mr. Olson, second by Mr. Glazer, that we authorize the city administrator to proceed with option A, authorize the city administrator to negotiate with the engineering firms discussed. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. And we will authorize the city administrator to negotiate with the engineering firms. All right, council inquiry. Does anybody have anything? I know you do.
Yes, I know. I want us to consider having the financial report at the end of the month, because I don't like looking at it and getting something that's almost 2 months old. I mean, the check register is for January and we're in March. Can we get something more recent if we have a report at the end of the month? Do we have to have every
No,
department?
you haven't closed out that month though, honey. Remember, it's in
We'll always be
arrears.
a month in arrears.
Yeah.
They're always a month in arrears.
Well, I'm just asking if it would be better, if we get better information, if we had it at the end of the month.
But then they haven't closed the month yet. So the way finance works is that you close your month at the end of the month. Well, if we have it at the end of the month hasn't closed yet.
No. If we have it at the end of March, shouldn't she have February closed? Because we got
We have
January.
February closed.
We got
just got
January.
So remember, we moved it to the first meeting of the month instead of the second, so therefore that's why it's in the 2-month arrears.
Right.
Because we moved it up from the second meeting in the month, we moved it to the first meeting of the month. That's where it put the 6-week in arrears.
Because of the reporting, that we had
Yes.
to give them 7 days. The way the
Yes.
state changed the laws, if we have to have everything done 7 days in advance now instead of 3.
We're doing it as quick as we possibly can, given the.
I'm just asking. We moved her till the end of the month if we get more recent financial information.
Maybe could. I mean, she would have February closed. That would only give her.
Yeah, it's usually the second week in the month by the time we get all the checks processed and.
That would give her 7 days basically to have.
I probably should have waited till she was
Well, and I
here.
think too, what's 2 more weeks if there's a question, she can always go back, she can still have the ability to go back and change something. It doesn't give her, it's not that it's closed out and in stone. There's still, if you've got a question or need some changes made, modifications, she can still go do that in how we have it set up today.
And you also get the check report, which is the current check report.
Yeah.
It's just not all the way processed, but it shows all checks that,
But they're only dated till January 31st.
They're only dated through January,
Yeah.
so we're not seeing any of February.
Until,
That's what I'm saying. We could give you a check report, but that's just the checks that were written.
Right.
Doesn't mean they've been processed, doesn't mean they've been, that's just the checks that have been sent out. Usually, when you reconcile a bank account, that's the part that takes, and then, that's real information until you get that far. But there could be a report with the monthly checks that are written that come out at the end of the month. And it's an easy report to put in there, if that would be helpful.
Anything would help. It would be helpful.
The fact that we're only basically 30 days behind is really kind of bad. It's really not that bad. It's like when I reported stuff, because I'm waiting 90 days for stuff to clear, right? That's us being only 30 days. That's pretty quick, actually. So.
I had a luncheon today. I want to remind everybody, I think that this is important tonight. I think the city should maybe look at helping host, like maybe through Stephanie or some, But the Houston Tool Bank is a great organization for nonprofits like ourselves when there's disaster or anything you need to do. They've got over 16,000 tools that to pay, it's only 5% of what the retail cost is. So if you do, they had, like, it was gonna be like $1,500 was only like $12 to rent. And they've got generators, if we need a generator for emergency services or even for an event, tables and chairs and true tools. So I know we have a resident that is looking to get help with taking down her house and having a new house put in. And if we have, I know there's churches that were interested, they can use that. They can use this organization to get, so they don't have to go pay for brand new tools. They can use it for a week and it'll get delivered here and all of that. Just making sure that we remember that, because I know that there's people interested. And it's called the Houston Tool Bank. It's a terrible name, but they deliver it to Conroe, and then or they'll deliver it to you, and it goes in a Connex box. It's awesome. But if you're a 501(c), which is schools, churches, government, you have access to this. And if it's a disaster, it's free. But if it's for an event, or we need like I don't know, some backhoe, whatever, I don't know what all the things are. But if we don't have it, and I know our Public Works is limited in some of that equipment, we can use their equipment at 5% of retail cost. It's really a great organization. Houston Tool Bank, I got their information, I can give it to you. But it's phenomenal what they're doing, and they're in 5 counties, I think, around us. They're a nationwide organization, but it has Houston's name in it, but it's got, like Galveston, they were getting nothing, and now it's one of the biggest. They're really growing in Galveston. They want to grow in Montgomery County. And if you have made Huntsville or Navasota outside Montgomery County, they can still use them as well. They're very giving, and they want more activity and use here. So just FYI, if you have needs. I wanted to bring that up. And I brought up speed humps. Oh, and then, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier. So I've been asked to speak at the NCL on March 26th, and I was going to see if council would be okay with moving the meeting up on Monday night. I know you're in town on Mondays as well. If y'all would do that on Monday night instead of the Tuesday night meeting. And it's the second meeting in March, if everybody's okay with that.
So our next meeting?
Next year? Yeah, the 23rd instead of the 24th. Yes.
Not next year, next
No,
meeting.
next meeting.
Oh, the next meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like she said next
No.
year.
No,
When-
next meeting.
Oh,
When
no.
would we do that workshop for the, we would have to do
Have it
it
our
the
King.
previous
23rd.
Friday.
Or the 20th? This is the previous Friday. Or if we could even do the meeting on the 25th the next day, but,
Oh, no.
okay.
But you're wanting the 23rd?
The 24th is the next meeting.
So you want to do it the 23rd?
Yeah, yes. We could move it up a day.
Or we have the workshop on the Monday, we continue with
A council
council
meeting.
on Tuesday and do just miss council, but
Yeah.
you would be at the workshop for the building.
Yeah, true story.
We could do that, would that be,
Whatever, that is just.
I'm just throwing it out there. 'Cause
I can do the
It doesn't
23rd.
work with schedules, and that's what we
Okay.
Okay.
Just keep me up, huh?
Can you do the 23rd? The council meeting and workshop?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Stan?
Yes.
The council meeting is gonna be on the Monday then?
Maybe, we're just looking at options.
Which, I know, but what's the date?
The 23rd is Monday. Carol?
The 23rd, no.
So you won't be at the workshop either? How about the workshop on Sunday?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Now run that by again, so we would be having a council meeting on the Monday on the 23rd.
Yes, after the workshop.
When, after the
Well,
workshop.
they can only give us like an hour for the workshop.
Right, maybe an hour and a half if we.
Okay.
Did you said it was a light agenda, right? For the 24th?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what y'all gonna do. Okay.
I mean, we can decide it here, we cannot decide it.
Well, Carol can't make Monday, so
So she's,
we need to leave it on Tuesday.
so leave the council on Tuesday, but then you're okay with not being at the workshop on Monday?
yeah.
Okay.
What was the workshop about?
For the building.
For the building?
The architectural building, the architectural design for the building.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
change your schedule.
Is that scheduled already, or is that just what we're?
We
No,
were just
we're
trying to do
get
it,
it,
because
but-
the guy's coming into town.
Oh.
He's gonna be here for 3 days. I mean, we could, essentially do it after the meeting and do it on Wednesday, but she can't be there either for that. But we would like to talk about it.
You're out Tuesday, or Monday and Tuesday?
No, Tuesday I'm
Monday
here.
and Wednesday.
So Brent, quick question on the agenda for the building. If we do the workshop on Monday, will we be able to take action on Tuesday? Or do we need to wait?
Is that the objective?
Yeah, I mean, the action is, there's not really action per se. I mean, just proceed. I mean, if you have input on what the design is or where it's at currently.
Okay, so we could do
I
that
thought
on
we were just
Wednesday.
having the workshop though for
But you won't be here
additional
Wednesday either.
residential input.
No,
It is for you to have input on it.
I'd prefer to have the input not be tied to starting a meeting at 6 o'clock, like, because it may be a 3-hour meeting or whatever. Like, I think it's important
So you
to,
wanna do the
I
workshop on
I
Monday?
can do the workshop on Monday, I'll just change my schedule.
So we'll do the workshop on Monday, and you'll just have to miss the council.
I don't really want to do that, but okay.
Okay, what do we?
Where's what I want to do?
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I just don't want to miss the council meeting.
The council meeting's been on Tuesday
I know,
for
I
20
know.
years.
And we changed as well. We changed as well. So I just thought I'd ask. Oh, I'm totally fine. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate you. All right, and then
So tell me what we did.
You're gonna be mayor on Tuesday.
it's going to be fine. We're going to keep it the same. We're just having the workshop on Monday and then the council meeting on
Workshop.
Tuesday.
I'm never there, Casey.
I just moved it. You will be the mayor on Tuesday,
I won't be there, but I will be there for.
Okay, so
whatever you wanna call it, or whatever makes you feel good.
we received a note regarding HEB, the neighbors. And
Yes,
they would like to have a meeting, and today she proposed having a meeting at Brandon's house, I think that's the guy on the corner there, so that we could have our eyes on what's going on. I think there's a misconception of what has been stated in previous meetings versus what's actually happening. I think they thought that there was gonna be a wall erected above ground, which we've never talked about. We talked about below ground, 18 feet, so the 18-wheelers. But now that there's gonna be the 20-foot buffer with trees and bushes and all of that, their question is they want now a wall or a fence, because if their kids are playing in the backyard and the ball goes down that wall, how do they get it? And I think, I drove through there and I think majority of the houses have fences.
And on, for safety, on top of the retaining wall, there is a fence. So they have, it's not there today, but in their design is they had a 3-rail, and I think they went back and they were doing chain link for that on the top of the wall.
Yeah, so I have a fundamental problem with the complaints because
doing that.
it's not our problem
I understand.
to fence their backyard.
I
It's their
understand.
backyard.
I agree, Casey.
And if they don't want to fall off, then they should build a fence.
100%,
on their
Casey.
property.
100%, and I'm with you on that.
Are they?
They have asked to talk to council and
They're not in the city.
no, they're not,
Are they
and they had the
in the city
chance to be and they
limits?
chose.
We offered to bring them in and they turned it down.
So with that, they want to know, and she wants to know if they want to be on the next agenda. And then said, can you just come to his house and look? But now with the chain link fence, like I think that's just message that could negate any future meetings.
Yeah, because I mean, the chain link that's up right now is temporary construction until they get the wall done.
And I feel like they're looking at things that are temporary and not looking at what the
But here's another thing,
finished project's
they're
gonna
not in the city limits.
be. I understand.
Well, I mean, I look at it from this way. Even if we didn't dig a 20-foot hole in the back right there and say we just built houses there, and I was on the house that butted up to them, and I didn't want a fence, and I had a big dog, but I just had a chain in my backyard, and their kid wandered over, it's not my fault that their
Right.
kid wandered over into my yard, right? If
I'm
they don't want
just
their kid to
expressing
leave
to
their
you.
yard, they should build a fence.
I'm with you.
Again, Casey,
But
they're
they're,
not in the city, they're not
right,
our problem.
that's right. That's right, and HEB done that longer than most of them
Oh,
live there.
they knew HEB was coming.
I'm with
Long time
you.
ago.
But my question was, because I was asked to ask, would you be interested? I think if we tell them about that fence thing, I think that's gonna negate everything, and I'll just report that back and we're not worried about it. That's right.
They
That's
don't
the
need a
biggest
meeting.
thing.
I mean, they said pedophiles.
They can come to a meeting.
I mean, they bring up the trees again, and it's like, we've told you, we've showed you that we're going to plant trees.
Yeah, I said that.
But I know that they keep complaining about, well, they took the trees down, well, we're gonna put them back.
They were junk trees anyway.
Well, there was some pretty old
No,
cedars
they
and
said they were-
stuff in
well,
there that
cedars
are
are bad
pretty
trees.
nice.
Okay, anything else on future agendas? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second, Ms. Langley, second by everybody. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those, okay.